Have you ever found yourself in a moment of desperation, feeling lost and alone, unsure of which direction to turn? I know I have. There have been times in my life when I have felt like I was drowning in a sea of uncertainty, struggling to keep my head above water. It's in those moments that I have turned to prayer, seeking guidance and comfort from a higher power. I remember one particular time when I was facing a difficult decision, torn between two paths that seemed equally daunting. I prayed fervently, asking for a sign, for some indication of which way I should go. I waited anxiously, hoping for a clear answer to my prayers. And then it happened. In the midst of my turmoil, a sense of peace washed over me, a calmness that I had never experienced before. It was as if a weight had been lifted from my shoulders, and I knew in that moment that everything would be okay. I felt a sense of clarity and purpose that I had been lacking, and I knew that this was God's answer to my prayers. From that moment on, I moved forward with confidence, trusting in the path that had been laid out before me. And as I took each step, I could feel God's presence guiding me, leading me towards a brighter future. It wasn't always easy, and there were still challenges to overcome, but I knew that I was never alone. I began to see signs of God's answer all around me, in the kindness of strangers, in the beauty of nature, in the love of my family and friends. I realized that God's answer wasn't always a loud, booming voice from the heavens, but rather a gentle whisper in the depths of my soul. It was a feeling of peace and assurance that I was on the right path, even when the road ahead seemed uncertain. As I continued to follow God's guidance, I found myself growing stronger and more resilient. I faced obstacles with courage and determination, knowing that God was by my side every step of the way. And with each challenge I overcame, I felt a sense of gratitude for the lessons I had learned and the growth I had experienced. Looking back on that moment of desperation, I am grateful for the struggles that led me to my knees in prayer. It was in those moments of weakness that I found my greatest strength, my unwavering faith in a power greater than myself. I learned to trust in God's timing, knowing that everything happens for a reason, even if we can't see it in the moment. So if you ever find yourself in a moment of uncertainty, remember to turn to prayer. Seek guidance from a higher power, and trust that God's answer will come in due time. It may not always be what you expect, but it will always be exactly what you need. And when you recognize God's answer, embrace it with an open heart and a grateful spirit, knowing that you are never alone on this journey called life.